Okay, so today we are going to do a refreshed installation video for the kit. Recently we revised our wire connection. So here you can see in the newest one we don't connect these wires to the connector yet. It's because it's easier to run the wire through the rubber tube if you don't connect the connector first. So the connector is here. So after you run the wire, you can connect the pin back to here. For this one, it's easy. You can just connect them according to the wire color here. And for the button, here. Yes, we connect here, and we'll show the color later, but I can tell you is from the right to the left is yellow, red and black. Yes, so on the rightmost hole you put in the yellow one, red one and a black one. For the leftmost hole you don't need to connect anything. The first step in our previous video is to pull off this plastic piece. So it's very easy. You can just without any pry tool, you can just pull this off. So our installer will try to pull this off now. As you can see, we don't need any pry tool, but you are welcome to use it if you want. Okay, so now this piece is off. And then we can remove this piece. This piece is very easy. So just simply pull this out. And it will be out. So we put it here. So for the green one, you can use the pry tool to pry it out. We provide some replacement clips in case it's broken. But for the white one, we don't suggest to pry it out. It's very tight. So we will show you how to slide back in when you install the trim piece back into the liftgate area later. So just remove the green one and put it back into the trim piece over there. Okay, and the third piece is this one, this plastic piece here. To remove it, you need to pry out this clip and this clip. After you pry these two out, disconnect the wire behind the light, and then you can pull out the whole piece. So now the technician is removing the clip. As you can see, the clips is like this. You need to pry it from here, and then after you pried it, after you pried it out and it's loosened, you can just pull it off. You can either use the pry tool or a flathead screwdriver. It's the same. Yes. So after you remove the clips, you can pull this off. And this is the piece here. So we'll put it aside. And then you can disconnect the light here by inserting a pry tool in here. You can see there's a gap here. Just insert it and pull it out. And the same as here. So now we are removing the struts. It's actually very easy. You can see here, you just need to use a flat head screwdriver to pry this out a little bit, and then you can pull it. So, and then now after that you can replace our strut here, and you can do the same on the left side. From our experience, it's better to pull out the bottom one first. It's easier, and then you can pull out the top side. So now it's removed, and then we can put our replacement strut into here. Okay, so now it's secured. Then we go to the next step. Okay, so now we'll do the most difficult part of the install. So we run the wire from the trunk area through the rubber tube to here. The part of the wire we run is this 8 wire. The purple one, the 4 wires here, and the 3 wires here. This is our newest kit. It don't have the connector connected. Caution, don't put the wire into the connector until you run the wire to the liftgate area. If you have the foot sensor, you can also run the green wire of the foot sensor together with this one, because it will be tapping at the same place as the purple wire. Or you can choose to tap the green wire of the foot sensor in the trunk side instead of running the wire up. You can tap it directly into the purple wire here, because the both wire tap to the same signal. So now the technician is running the wire. It's recommended, if you can remove this one first, you can use a flathead screwdriver to pry a little bit and remove the strap, or just cut it and use our cable tie to tie them up together later. Instead of cutting the strap, you can also just pull this out and then insert back into the hole later while you're running the wire. Some tips, so don't try to run all the wire at the same place. So for the 4 wire, the blue, black, green, white, run it here, and then you can run the remaining 3 one in a slightly lower portion, so the connector will not be all stuck in this, will not make a bulk here. So try to do this part in the lower portion, so you can put it at the same time, but not together. So in my opinion, this is the most difficult part for installing this kit. The other thing here is very easy. Use lubricant when you run the wire, it's easier. And if you have the older version of the wire, which have the connector connected, you can always try to use some T-pin to remove the pin from the terminal. We might include a video to show you how to do it in the future. But our newest wires shipping from today, it will be like this. And yes, when you run this while running two, we recommend to do it from above to the bottom. It's easier than do it from the bottom to the top. So I think we are almost there. Okay, so now the wire is successfully run to this area. So now we'll teach you how to connect it back into the connector. So for this one is easy because you have the color code. So you just insert it according to the color here. 可以帮我插一下针吗？好。对颜色插就可以了。这边是上面，对。So blue to the blue. Okay, we can remove this first. So blue to the blue, green to the green, white to the white, and black to the black. You can just insert it, yeah, and make sure, and then pull it. Do a gently pull to make sure it's secured. Yes, you can see from here. 先拉出来。这边是上面，对。So remember here, on this side, where you can see the hole here, the one that have the copper is on the upside, so you can insert it like this. Yes, and then you hear the click sound. That means it's secured. Just give it a gently pull to make sure it's secured. So do the same for the remaining 3 wires. Yes. Okay. So for the other 3 wire here, you can insert it into this connector. With the yellow plate on the top, do it from rightmost to leftmost. From the rightmost portion, do it in the order of yellow, red, and black. You don't need to connect anything to the leftmost hole. 所以帮我接一下这个，黄色是最这边，然后红色、黑色，黄色是这边，黄红黑，黄红黑，对，最右边的不用接，对。黄色是最右边这边，对。Okay, yellow on this side, and then red. Okay, let's pull out the connector first. Yes. And then red next. Yes. And then black at last. Okay. So we can take a look here. So you can see the rightmost one, we don't need to connect anything. So yellow, red, and black. This connector, one of them is to here. Just pull it out, and then you connect this to here, and then connect this back into here. Okay, and for this one is for the button. We will add the button later. And for the purple wire, you need to tap the purple wire into this green wire here. As you can see, this one is the connector we talk about. We need to tap into the green wire here In our newest kit, we provide this kind of post-it tab. It's called post-it tab. So we'll teach you how to use it. So it have two sides, the gray side and the red side. The gray side is for you to be used on the wire that needs to be tapped. So in this case, we unscrew this. So we can, you see there's a channel here. We insert it into here, and then after we insert it, tighten it again. I only have one hand, let me try to do it. So now you can see I'm tightening it. So after you tighten it, then with the purple wire here, you can strip the insulation a little bit more, but here I think we have enough. So we unscrew this side. We insert the wire into the hole here and make sure the metal part is exposed here, and then we put it back here and tighten it. So now you can see that, give it a little pull and make sure the wire is secure, and this is how you. After you do the upper wire, upper portion of the wire, we can now run this wire back to the trunk area. We recommend to use this method to remove the tail lights and then run the wire from here into the hole back into the trunk area. So in order to do that, we need to unscrew this one, and there are two more 8mm bolts in here, this one and this one, that you need to unscrew it, and then we disconnect the connector. You can pull out the tail light. Yes. So after you remove this one, we remove this two screw here. So after you remove this, you can run the wire along here back into this hole. Just try to stick it in this area. The connector can still be put on here. And for this one, you can just cut it. It's useless in our way of recommendation. Yes, so we can see we can run the wire into this hole. Just remember to do the wire on this side and then go into here. This way we found that is the cleanest way to install this kit. Yeah, so to run the wire in this side and then here, and then you can install back the tail lights unless you want to do the foot sensor. But this is the way to do the electric tailgate. So just run the wire here, and you can put back the light here. So just make sure you do it on the bottom side, and the connector can still go through this hole. The same thing applies to the right side. Remove the tail light and then run the wire. So now we put back the tail light. You can see from here, this is the wire we run, and make sure the connector can still be connected into here. And then we tighten back the two 8mm bolts, both sides. Yes, and then this part will be done. The last part is to do the power wire connection. This is optional. If you want to add a button in the front, you need to run this part of the wire to the front too, on the driver side panel. And this one is the CAN wire. Please note that here we might no longer provide this kind of connector head. We prefer the post-it tab. So in case you are doing this, you need to use a plier to to secure the connection, but we found that this is not a good one to use, so we now provide post-it tab for you to tap the can wire. Okay, so this 4 wire is the one that will run to the driver's side. Before, some customers have raised the concern that they don't want to tap into the battery, so in this video we will teach you how to tap into an alternative place. So this is the optional button wire. This is the power wire, this is the can wire, so we run this to the front of the car. From here we run along here, along the carpet to the front. So now we are going to remove this piece, and this piece. So you can use any pry tool to remove the piece. It's very easy. Just be careful not to pry from this side, and you will damage the decoration. And then now we can remove this piece, and then remove the sidekick panel. Yeah, you need to remove a clip here. Yes, at this location there's a clip. So use a flathead screwdriver or pry tool to pry it out, as I said before. And then you can just pull out the whole piece. So now you can pull off the whole piece. And now let's talk about the can connection. Here, when we look at the innermost connection here, so here you can see is the one and the innermost. This one here. The wire between the green wire and the yellow wire is the one that you want to look at. There's one that is in dark purple, and this one is in a light blue one in here, and that's the one that the 2 wire that you need to connect. So something to note, if you some people, after they install the kit, they reported that they cannot use the app to close the trunk. In that case, 99% of the time is due to poor can connections. They did not secure the can connection. You can troubleshoot this by making sure that both can wire, when you use a multimeter to measure the voltage, it will give you around 2.5 volt reading. If not, then you have a bad connection. So now the technician is doing the power wire connection. He already put the power cable here. Okay, so now the can is connected here. Again, as I said, I recommend using the post-it tab that we will provide starting from now. And then the next one is to do the power wire. We need to remove this plate. There's a clip here and a top T20 screw in here. No, here. So try to remove this end and then pull this off. Okay, well, after you remove this panel, when you look up from this here, you can see that there is a fake red wire, as you can see from the upper right of the screen. Tap the power into there. Here, unscrew here the bolt and then insert our wire into that place. We connect the power wire. You can see from here Yes, so this is our wire. We secured it. It's a 10 millimeters bolt. So after that, we are all done, and then we can do the final step, which is to replace the latch unit. One more thing. So this is the other end of the power cable. So this is where we connect the power wire here. So just insert this one into here until it's secured. Then you can plug back into the power. So that's all set. Okay, the last thing we need to do is to install this one. This is a T45, so unscrew this and then replace this that is included in our kit. Okay, so now you can replace this back into it. 尽量调高一点。
调到最高。
可以先试最高的，对。
估计它这个也调不了多少。
对，是调不了多少。Okay, so now it's secured. Then we can make the connection to the control unit box, control box, which is here. Now, before you put everything back into place, it's better to test the connection first. Now we can do everything connected. This is the power. This is the can, and this four is the left and right strut on both sides, and this is the latch motor unit, and this is the one that the cable bundle that goes to the lift gate. One more thing is the ground wire. Here is the ground wire. We will take the connect the ground cable. Okay. So it is a 10 millimeters bolt. So loosen it. And then insert the ground wire. Let's find the ground wire. Here. So just insert it. And tighten the bolt again. Okay, so now we can test the system to connect all the connector into the control box. So this is the power, this is the can. Some people ask for the opinion to put the location to put the motor and the control box. Here the installer here recommend to use our packaging to wrap it and then put it inside because there's plenty of space here. And for the control box, you can just stick to here or find any place with the double-sided tape to tape it against the wall. So this is how we secure the control box. We use the double-sided tape to put it here, and for the latch motor, we just wrap it with the packaging material in our box, and then it should not have give any rattle sound. Okay, so now we are installing this. So for this one, we slide into the so we don't need to remove them. So starting from the left, we slide it in.